Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So I had to pause that. I forgot that I was still on a Zoom call. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So today's topic is going to be that of the pros and cons of living at home while still being an adult. Okay, so if you are interested in hearing the pros and the cons of either if you're trying to decide whether to move out of your parents' house or move back in or stay in your parents' house, whatever it is, continue to watch and I will see you soon after this intro.
Hello.
Okay, so let's get straight into it. Growing up younger, we all want to, as soon as we're 18, most of us want to just move out, either move out and get an apartment, get a house with someone else, or just move out into a dorm because you're you're going to school and staying on campus, so, or going out of state. So a lot of us tend to sorry about that, a lot of us are looking forward to that adventure of moving out. Okay, however, there are some pros and some cons to venturing out or staying in. So I'm gonna first go over the cons of living at home as an adult, living with your parents as an adult, the cons, and then I'll go over the pros, because I always want to make sure I end on a good note. So I'm always going to tell you guys the positive first, and tell you the positive after a negative. That's just the way I operate, because what you say last sticks in the mind, right? So a con of living at home with your parents as an adult is the lack of privacy. Okay, you can have privacy to an extent, where if your parents respect that, okay, you're an adult now, you're gonna go and come whenever you are, whenever you want to, right? You have your own key, you can leave and come back in whenever it's your own urgency. That is fine if that is your relationship. However, some people don't have the privacy of as an adult when they leave or when they come, especially if you don't have a home where you have your own, let's say your own room. Let's say you have to share your room with your siblings or a family member. You don't really have a privacy because they will know when you're coming in and when you're leaving. However, some people do have that luxury of either having their own space within a home, having their own key, and everyone knowing that that person is an adult. That is my case, where it somewhat feels like I live in an apartment within my parents' house, because I have a whole floor just for myself, and I am super grateful for that. I am always grateful that my parents are the way they are towards that. Super grateful. But again, privacy can be a con for many people if they don't have that relationship where their parents know, okay, they're an adult, they can come and go when they want to. All right. Another con I would say that some people might deal with is, I wrote down ego. So ego for me is more like having to deal with the different personalities of people that you live with within the home, especially now that you're an adult. You feel like I can do and say and whatever, I'm an adult. you're gonna have to deal with the egos and the feelings and emotions of other people around you, especially if you want system to have a stable environment and a place where that you can sustain for a long time, right? You're gonna have to just put aside your own personal ego and also deal with the egos of others, right? So I mainly I would say the issue of ego comes in, you know, here and there. It's not like something I constantly have to battle with, and in case anything that might result to a conflict occurs, me and my parents and my siblings, if anything, we have sit downs and we talk about things, so that the issue doesn't fester and just continue, and then we move on with a solution and move on. But again, it could be a con if someone just thinks, oh, I'm this person, you live under my household type of thing, and there's no sense of respect, then it becomes a con. Another con that some people might have living in a household as an adult, meaning within the roof of your parents, is drama, especially if you have a type of family where there's always drama coming in, drama going out. Then it might even be a really, I would say, a bad environment for you to live in, an environment where you might not flourish as well, especially if you're a person that does not like to deal with drama. That's in itself can be a con. Last thing I would say for my con I'm gonna put for is volume, loudness, okay? Some people might not respect the fact that you are at home, so they might be playing music, they might be loud and things like that. One thing I will say, some of these things that I am saying to you right now will occur outside of your parents' house. Point blank, okay? The issue of privacy, lack of privacy, can happen within an apartment because you're right next to other people and you could hear their conversations. It's just too much, literally. And the worst case scenario is that they are not family members, they're just strangers and they're hearing your business. So you have to be very what do you call it, tiptoe a little bit, but not even that, like very the word is not coming to me right now, but you know, in order for your privacy to remain your privacy, you cannot be loud and telling all your stuff to people on the phone and things like that in an apartment, because people can still hear your business, right? Ego, not more so. Just, I would say the only time you might deal with ego is when you're dealing with the rental office or someone you have to pay to. That could be an issue. Drama, hearing other people drama, it depends on your relationship with those around you in your apartment or in your own home, your neighborhood, but it might not be as drastic if you are, you know, just to yourself in a private person, right? Volume though, that at an apartment is the worst, okay? If you live on the bottom floor, middle floor, whatever, if you don't live on the top floor, you will be hearing elephants, okay? Tappers, whatever it is. And I say elephants meaning like people just stomping really hard or whatever. You will be hearing music. You will be dealing with people doing whatever they do during their own leisure time, if you know what I mean, like dealing with the different scents. That is something that can happen too outside of your family home, unless you have your own house that is not attached to another person's house, okay? Then you don't have to deal with any of these issues as much, right? But volume is something that if you live within your family's home that you will deal with, right? So what best for me, that worked the best, is informing my family members my schedule, so they know when I am working at home, and I know when they're working at home, when they're doing something relating to school at home, so I'm not here playing music and being loud and they're not doing the same, vice versa. And if they're not sure, they come and just check on me to make sure you know, what's going on. And if I am tired and sleeping, they're also going to respect that and not be extremely loud because I am on the bottom floor and although I have the whole floor to myself, they're also going to respect the space, as if, you know, for me to flourish, because that's the main goal of me living at home at this moment. I did live in an apartment for like 2 years and then I moved back home, but again, that could be a story time of its own if you want that. Okay, so those are the 4 things that I really think can be a con when it comes to living at home with your family members. That is privacy, ego, drama, and volume, right? Let's go on to the positive. Okay, these are the things for me that made me decided to move back home. So saving. Okay, saving is one reason why I moved back home. Although I was able to pay through my bills and everything, I just didn't feel like I was saving the way that I saved before I left. And thankfully, boom, I am able to save again, because the rent is not going to be the same. And so some family members, it's not even rent. You help when you can, right? But they understand your situation and they want you to have money for your future. Some family members, and in my case, my parents want me to save for my future and my future goals, especially my educational goals, my own home goals, my own car goals. They want me to save and not have to give it to, you know, an apartment, or, you know, mainly an apartment. So my next positive pro is activities. You get to do activities with your family members, get to make memories, especially if you have a close relationship with your family members. And I am saying this because not everybody has the same situation as I do. So yeah, activities with family members. Food. You don't have to do as much grocery shopping because you are at home with your parents and your family members. You are, especially if your relationship is great, right? You can go into the fridge, you can put together, buy food for the whole family if you want. But especially if you're at home with your parents, not just your siblings, boom, you will have food. Especially in an African household, I have food every single day. And the best thing about my situation is, although I am vegan, my family makes sure if they're cooking anything African, cultural related, traditional, they make sure that it has no type of animal product in it and it's still great. Lastly, safety. Okay, again, it depends on your family environment. Some people have to move out. Some people have to move out because their home is not safe, and it all depends on your spectrum of safety, your spectrum of saving, your spectrum of privacy, volume, all these things, because each individual is different. I myself feel a lot more safer, right? I know when I park my car in my neighborhood where I grew up, it is a lot safer than parking my car at an apartment where people come and go, right? Neighbors know me, I know the neighbors, right? And if somebody was to come into the neighborhood, we all have each other's back. Like, that's safety. I love it. And that's the type of safety I will want in my future home as well, for my children and for my family, my husband and everything. Like, that's what I want. So there's a lot more positive, in my opinion, of, you know, living at home, especially if your family environment is great. And I don't want to ramble on because really, I think this is a topic that we all need to have conversations about, because there is this stigmatization that, oh, you're living at home and you're an adult, or you don't have your own apartment, you're 20 this, 20 that. It does not matter, to each his own, because at the end of the day, if you don't have to worry about funds, if you don't have to worry about your next bill, that's the best decision, right? If you have your own home and you have your own income where you don't have to worry about your next this, your next that, money comes to you abundantly, great. Okay, wherever you can do that, wherever you can save, do it. think about your pros and cons. Write it down before you step out. And when you step out of your parents' house, leave on good cognizance. Live on good grounds, just like a job, right? Don't leave on no bad grounds, because you never know, so that you can always come back if you want to. You can leave when you want to, come back when you want to. So that's really all that I have right now. I don't want it to be an extremely long video, but again, you have your pros and your cons of living at home. For me, the pros outweigh the cons, and that is why, again, I am within my own environment right now. Have an office, have a closet, have a bedroom, bathroom, all of that, and I'm super grateful, and I will forever be grateful, because once I am set, my parents are set, my family is set, my husband, my friends, all of them will be set, and that is what I want for my future. No matter what, my kids, all of that. No, I don't have a kid right now, and I'm not married, so this is the best time for me to save up and deal with what I have to deal with right now. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining the family. If you are new to the family, join the family. I welcome you. Make sure you subscribe and leave a comment as to your pros and cons. Are you living at home, or did you move out? Let me know down below, and hit the like button. Share this video with your friends and family members that are trying to figure out if they want to move out, come back in, whatever it is. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.